Hello, I am Vishal Parikh. Today we will explore shaping of data. So, in particular, we are going to cover today topics are first we are working with graph data, second that is using adjacency matrix, and working with NetworkX library. So first let us work with graph as a data structure. So what is a graph? So graph is a linear data structure which consists of nodes and edges. Here the nodes are referred as vertices and it is represented by V. Similarly there are edges. So edges are lines or arcs which connects two or more nodes in a graph and it is represented by E. Next we will see is how we can represent a graph. So here you can see is a graph. So what does a graph consist of? So here you can see it consists of nodes and there are edges. So nodes are enclosed within circles and you can see there is a connecting lines. It is known as edges. Now in this particular graph there are set of vertices. So what are that vertices? That is from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So these all are the vertices and there are edges which are connecting different nodes. Now we will see how we can represent a particular graph. So there are different approaches for representing the graph, but some of the most common representation of graphs are, so the first is adjacency matrix. Now you can see over here is a graph and beside there is a matrix. Now how many nodes are there? So total there are 4 nodes and there are some of the edges. Now if you observe this matrix, first whenever there is a self edges between the nodes there are zeros. That means there is no edge from node 0 to 0. So we are placing 0. So 0 0 0, 1 1 0, 2 2 0, 3 3 0. Now we will check from node 0 how many edges are going. So you can see from node 0 the edge is going to 1, it is going to 2 and it is going to 3. So at that particular places we will write 1. Next we will consider as node 1. Similarly we will check where the edges are going. So here you can see the edges are going from 1 to 0, 1 to 2. Next we will consider is node 2. From node 2 you can see there are 2 edges going, that is from 2 to 0 and 2 to 1. Now we will consider node 3. From node 3 there is only an edge to node 0. Rest all are zeros. The second most used representation technique is adjacency list. So here consider the same graph only. Now at a time we will consider a single node. So let us consider the node 0. Now we will see from node 0 where the edges are going. So here you can see in the graph the edges are going from 0 to 1 and 2 and 3. So there is a link 0 to 1, 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. Similarly we will consider now node 1. Now from node 1 we can go to node 0 as well as from node 1 we can go to node 2. Now we will consider node number 2. You can see there is an edge from node 2 to node 0 and node 2 to node 1. Now we will consider node 3. You can see that from 3 there is only an edge from node 3 to node 0. Now we will be going to study is how we can represent adjacency matrix. So here you can see is a graph in which there are 5 different nodes and there is some weights assigned to some of the edges, but this graph is again undirected graph. Now you can see the below is a matrix in which there are 5 rows, 5 columns. That means the number of nodes are represented horizontally as well as vertically. Now we will check from which particular node the edge is going. That means we will check from node 1 where the edges are going. So if you see the graph, the edges are going from node 1 to 2, then it is going to 3 and it is going to 4. So at that particular places we will write 1, else we will write that 0. Next we will fill in the similar manner the entire graph. Next we are going to see is how we can use NetworkX package. Now This is how you can draw or represent a complex circuits, how you can represent or dynamically represent a particular graph. So Python provides again a network X package with the help of which we can create, manipulate, as well as study the structure, dynamics and functions of a complex network. Next, Python language also provides data structures for graphs, it also provides for diagrams, and it also provides for multigraph.
So now let's program. So first what we need to do whenever we want to work with graph, so the first library we need to import is network_x library. So first statement of our notebook is import network_x as nx. Second, whenever we want to plot our graph on my Jupyter notebook, at that time I have to use, for plotting we have to use a library that is matplotlib, that is matplotlib.pyplot as plt, and I have used a function that is line magic function, that is matplotlib inline. Now whenever we want to create a graph, so for that this network_x package provides us a method which is known as graph. So whenever we will use this method, it will return us a graph object, but there will be no nodes and no edges associated with this method, that is graph. So let's run this. Okay, now what we are having is our graph object. Now what is graph? So graph is containing nodes and edges. So first now let us add a single node to our graph. So how can we add this? So for that we are having a method that is known as add_node, and inside this you have to specify your node number, that is I want to add one node, so that's why I have specified here 1. Now this add_node method is of graph object. So how can we access it? So we have to use graph object, that is g.add_node, and I want to add one element, that's why I have passed 1. So let us run this. But whenever you will add a node, it won't show you. So we will see how we can plot our node. So for that we have to use a draw method. Now this draw method is again present inside this network_x package. So how can we access it? So nx.draw. Now only one parameter is mandatory, that is your graph object. So first parameter will be your graph object, that is g, and the second parameters will be, that is width_label, that is equal to true. This parameter is optional. Why I have specified this? Because we want to show the label of our node. So if you want to show the label, for that we have to use an attribute which is named as width_labels, and we have to specify its value as true. Now whenever we want to plot this graph in our notebook, so for that we have to use this show method. Now this show method is of plot. Again it is of plot object. So plot object is of matplotlib. So we have to use plt.show. So let us run this. So here you can see that is it has created a single node and the label is 1. Why it is showing the label? Because here we have specified that width_labels is equal to true. That means it will show you the label that is associated with that particular node. Now what if I want to add multiple nodes to my graph? So again it is possible. So again there is a method for adding a range of nodes inside your graph. So what is that method? So the method is add_nodes_from. Now this method is accessible with the help of graph object. So how can we access it? g.add_nodes_from. Now inside this what I have done, I have used is a range function. So again a range function takes two parameters, that is first is your start range and second is your end range. So what this range function will do, it will add nodes from 2 to 10. It will add nodes from 2 to 10 in your original graph, that is G. So what? Whenever you want to add a single node, at that time we have to use a method that is add underscore node, and whenever you want to add more than one node in your graph, so for that we have to use a method that is add underscore nodes underscore from. Inside this we have to specify the range. So for specifying range, I have used here is range function. Now whenever I want to draw a graph, so we need a network X object. So nx.draw. So the first parameter is your graph and second parameter is your labels if you want to show. So I want to show my labels. So I have returned second attribute, that is with underscore labels equal to true. And I want to show this graph in my Jupyter notebook. So I am having plot object of matplotlib. So what I have to write is plt.show. So what it will do? It will display a graph in your Jupyter notebook. So let us run this. So now you can see here it has created a nodes that is from 1 to 10. Now what I want to do, so if there is a requirement to remove a node from your graph, so it is also possible. So how can we remove a node? So again there is a method for removing a node. This method will remove only a single node from your graph. So the method is remove underscore node, and you have to specify the node name. So here I am having the name as 1. So what I want to do, I want to delete this particular node from my graph. So it is accessible with the help of graph object, that is g.remove underscore node, and I am specifying the node name as 1. So what it will do, after execution of this method, it will remove the node number 1. So again we want to plot it, so we have to use draw method. Inside this we have to pass two parameters. So the first is your graph object and second is with underscore labels equal to true. And if I want to plot in my Jupyter notebook, I have to use is a show method. So let us run this. So now if you observe this graph carefully, there is no node which is named as 1. It is starting from 2 and it is ending at 10. Now sometimes if you want to know how many number of nodes are present in your graph, so again there is a method which is named as nodes. So what it will do, it will return you the number of nodes that are present in your graph. So this method works on your graph object. So how can we access it? So for that I have taken my graph object, that is g.nodes. So what it will give you, it will give you the number of nodes that are present in our graph. So let us run this. So here you can see it is showing you a tuple of number of nodes that are present in your graph, that is from 2 to 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So this many number of nodes are present in your graph. Now if we recall, a graph is a non-linear data structure and it is a collection of nodes and edges. So what we have done, we have created nodes. Now I want to add edges to my graph. So how can we add edges to our graph? So again there is a method with the help of which we can add edges to the nodes. So the method is add underscore edge. Now this method is again of your graph object. So how can we invoke? So we have to use graph object, that is g.add underscore edges, and here you have to specify two parameters, that is from which node you want to start your edge up to which node. That means here it means I want to give edge from node 1 to node 2. What does it mean? It means I want to give edge from node 1 to node 2. So now let us draw our graph. So for drawing, again we have to use nx, that is network X object. Here I have used draw method. So the first parameter every time will be your graph object, that is g. Then I have specified labels, that is with underscore label equal to true. Now by default, if you see here, it is showing you the color of node as blue. But if you want to change the color of your node, it is also possible. So how can we change? So again, there is an attribute, that is node underscore color. What is the attribute? That is node underscore color. And inside this I have specified R. R means I want my node color as red. Now if you want to change the size of your node, it is also possible. So how can we change the size of our node? So again, for that we are having an attribute which is named as node underscore size, and the value is 500. So what it will do? It will increase the width of your node. So let us plot this graph. So here you can see it is showing you that these two nodes are connected, because just we have added one and we have increased the size of node, it is showing you that they are connected. Now what if I want to add multiple edges to my graph? So again, it is possible. So how can we add multiple edges to our graph? So again, we are having a method that is named as add underscore edges underscore from. So this method is similar to that of your method which is of node. So if you recall, what was the method for adding multiple nodes? So to add multiple nodes, the method was add underscore nodes underscore from. Similarly, if you want to add multiple edges, the syntax remains nearly same, that is add underscore edges underscore from. And inside this method I have taken a list. So how this list will work? So inside this I have taken subtuples. That means I want an edge from node 1 to node 3, an edge from node 1 to node 4. I want an edge from node 1 to node 5. I want an edge from node 1 to node 6, from node 1 to node 7, from node 1 to node 8, from node 1 to node 9, from node 1 to node 10, similarly from node 4 to node 6, and from node 5 to node 4. So this will add edges to this particular nodes. Now if I want to add weighted edges, so for that again we are having a method that is named as add underscore weighted underscore edges underscore from. So this method, inside this I have taken a list. Now inside this I have taken a tuple. Now if you observe here carefully, it is taking 3 parameters. Why 3 parameters? Because I have to specify the weight also. That means I want an edge from node 1 to node 5 and the weight of that particular edge is 7.5. Similarly, I want an edge from node 5 to node 7 and the weight should be 6.3. Now what I want to do, I want to draw this particular graph. So again I have used draw method, and to display it I have used show method. So let us run this. Now what I have done here, in the case I have used both the concept. So if you disable or comment one of the edges, you will get the respective output. At the time both the edges cannot be displayed, because here I have taken unweighted as well as here I have taken is weighted. So first what I have applied is non-weighted, so it will apply only this particular edges. Now if you see, there is an edge from node 1 to node 3, from node 1 to node 4, then we are having an edge from node 1 to node 5, node 1 to node 6, node 1 to node 7, 1 to 8, 1 to 9, 1 to 10. Now if you observe from 4 to 6, and there is again an edge from 5 to 4. Now if you want to try this weighted, you can comment this and you can run this. It will give you the output for weighted. Now next concept we will see is a complete graph. So whenever you want to draw a complete graph, so for that again NetworkX package provides you a method which is named as complete underscore graph. Now inside this you have to specify the number of nodes that you want to create. So I want to create 10 nodes. So I have passed here that is the value 10 and I am storing this object as Z. So what this Z will be holding? This Z will be holding your complete graph. Now if I want to check the attributes of a particular graph, that is how many nodes are present, how many edges are present, what is the order of our graph, what is the size of our graph, so it is possible. So first let us check how many nodes are present. So the method remains, that is nodes, that is your graph object, that is z.nodes. So what it will give you? It will give you the number of nodes that are present in your graph. Second is if I want to know the number of edges that are present. So for that again there is a method that is z.edges. So it will give you the edges that are present in your graph. Next, if I want to check what is the order of my graph, so again it is possible. So for that there is a method which is named as order, but you need to access it with the help of graph object, that is z.order. Now if I want to know what is the size of my graph, so again it is possible. How can we get the size? So for that there is a method which is named as size, but you have to access it with the help of graph object, that is z.size. Now I want to print this particular graph. So how I can plot this complete graph? So again the method will remain the same, that is draw. Now this draw method is again of NetworkX package, that is nx.draw. The first parameter will be your z, that is your graph object, and width underscore label equal to 1. 1 means it is logically true. If I am specifying it 1, that means I want to display my label also. So let us run this. Okay, so first it is showing you the number of nodes, that is from 0 to 9. So this is your number of nodes that are present inside your graph. Now the second thing if you observe here is a list of edges. That means the number of edges that are present in your graph. Next you can see here is order of graph, that is 10. The next is size of your graph, that is 45. So this all the concept, order of graph, size of your graph, that you have already studied in your subject, that is data structure. So I am showing you only how it is printing the order of graph and how it is getting you the size of your graph. Now as we know there are two representation of graph, that is adjacency list and adjacency matrix. So let us discuss adjacency matrix. Now for that I am considering a complete graph. So how can I get a complete graph? So for that I have to use a method which is named as complete underscore graph, and inside this I have passed the number of nodes, that is 5. So it will create a complete graph which will be having total number of nodes as 5, and it will return you a graph object. So I am storing it in a variable, that is g. Now I want to plot this particular graph. So for that I am using draw method. So the first parameter will be your graph objects, and the second parameter is width underscore label is equal to true. That means I want to also show the labels that are associated with the nodes. So let us run this. So here you can see it has constructed a complete graph in which there are 5 nodes, that is from 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So total 5 nodes are present, and it is also showing you the label. Now what I want to do, I want to create an adjacency matrix. So how I can create an adjacency matrix? So I can create the adjacency matrix with the help of graph objects. So how can we do that? So let us check. So first thing mandatorily you have to do is you have to import a library which is named as NumPy. So import NumPy as NP. Now I want to create an adjacency matrix. So I have to use a method of NetworkX package, that is nx.add 2 underscore numpy underscore matrix. So what this method is actually doing, it is converting your graph into an adjacency matrix. What it is doing, it is converting your graph into an adjacency matrix, and I am storing this in a variable which is named as A. Now let us print this adjacency matrix. So here you can see it is showing you the adjacency matrix. Now if you observe the graph carefully, then you can see the diagonal values are 0. So here you can see this diagonal values are 0. What does it means? So whenever we are having diagonal value as 0, it means this particular graph is a complete graph. So whenever there is a requirement that I am having a graph and I want to check whether it is a complete graph or not, so you can directly convert it into an adjacency matrix. And if you observe that the diagonal values are 0, that means it is a complete graph. Now what I want to do, I want to create a graph from this adjacency matrix. First what we have done, we have converted a graph into an adjacency matrix. Now I want to convert adjacency matrix into a graph. So how can we do this? So for that, again I am having a method which is named as from underscore numpy underscore matrix. So the name itself suggests that I want to convert this particular matrix into a graph. So what it will return you? It will return you a graph objects. So let us check it. So I want to plot it. So the method will be draw. The first parameter will be your graph object, and the second attribute is with underscore label equal to true. So let us plot this. So here you can see what I have done. I have taken these adjacency matrix values and I have converted it into a graph. Now let us construct a graph from a random matrix. So how can we do that? So for that we have to use NumPy library. Why? Because first I need to have a matrix, and from this matrix I need to convert it into a graph. So for creating a matrix, there is a method which is named as matrix inside this NumPy library. So here I have created in above that I have created a reference of NumPy, that is NumPy as NP. So now I can directly access its method, that is matrix, and I have passed this different number of list items. Now what it will return? It will return me a matrix. Now what I want to do? I want to convert this matrix into a graph. So the method will be from underscore numpy underscore matrix, and inside this you have to pass your matrix objects. So here I am having the matrix object as B. So I have passed here directly as B. Now I want to plot this matrix, or I want to plot this graph. So let us plot this graph. So for that what we have to do? We have to use draw method, and inside this the first attribute we can say is your graph objects, and the second is with underscore label equal to true. So let us run this. So it is plotting a graph with the help of a matrix. Right, now let us create a cyclic graph. So how can we create a cyclic graph? So again there is a method inside your NetworkX package, that is cycle underscore graph. Inside this we have to pass the number of nodes that I want to create. Second thing what I have done here is I have created an adjacency matrix, that is nx.adjacency underscore matrix. Now I want this matrix from my graph, so I have passed here is my graph object. Now I want to check how dense it is, so I have printed here that is a.toDense, and I want to add an edge to a graph. That means I have to use a method that is add underscore edge. That means it will add only a single edge to your graph, that is from node 1 to node 5. And I want to draw this, so let us use draw underscore network underscore x method, and I am passing my graph object. So let us run this. So here you can see it has printed your dense. 2 dense means First, it is showing you whether it is a complete graph or not. So here you can see the diagonal values are 0. That means it is a complete graph. Now the cyclic graph means all the nodes are connected in a circular fashion. So what we have seen is how we can create a graph, how we can add nodes to the graph, how we can add edges to the graph, how we can represent a graph with the help of adjacency matrix, how we can create a cyclic graph, and how we can show a adjacency matrix. So this is all about your graph data structure. Thank you.